Hello and welcome to a special focus on the 2025 budget. I am Muhammad Kudu Abubakar. 2025, a year of uncertainty, a year of hope, a year when every line in Nigeria's national budget could define the lives of more than 200 million people. In the hallowed chambers of Nigeria's Senate, the battle over the people's purse began on a crisp January morning. The red seats of the Senate chamber filled with lawmakers, some seasoned, others fresh from the campaign trail, all united by a singular task: to consider, debate, and pass the 2025 appropriation bill. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had laid the foundation in December 2024 when he presented a budget tagged Budget of Renewed Hope, estimated at more than 27.5 trillion naira. The budget proposal promised renewed commitment to infrastructure, security, education, health, and job creation. But as every Nigerian knows, budget proposals are one thing, legislative scrutiny is another.
May we rise? Your Excellency, we have noted the 2024 budget performance of about 50% for capital expenditure and about 48% for recurring expenses. Given this great achievement, we have deemed it necessary to extend the lifespan of the 2024 budget to June 30th, 2025. The enabling law for this extension will soon be placed before you for your assent as a testament to appreciation for the great performance of the budget, ensuring that we build on the momentum so far created. Finally, sir, we commend your steadfast commitment to our collective and collaborative cooperation with the National Assembly to achieving your grand vision for Nigeria. Let me take this opportunity to stress the importance of the need for the honored ministers and heads of extra ministerial departments to respond promptly to requests from National Assembly whenever they are invited, particularly this period, to come and defend their sectoral allocations in the exercise of our legislative oversight. They should not see invitations as nuisance. They should know that any invitation is constitutional, and we also have constitutional powers to take further action where they refuse to appear. So, Mr. President, I wish to caution some of the ministers who are intransigent and who do not give respect to this hallowed chamber, the only place that shows democracy in the world. It is the National Assembly. In spite of all our achievements, Mr. President, and my great competitors, we must say it is not yet Uhuru. We are light years away from where we ought to be. Some rivers remain to be crossed. The pains Nigerians feel now are mainly the pains of hardship occasioned by reforms, but let's look at those pains as pains of childbirth. The season of childbirth, immediately the child is born, rejoicing starts with the first smile of the child. I ask for your patience. I urge Nigerians to be patient, to cooperate with you, maintain faith in your vision, which will be for the betterment of this country. Mr. President, you cannot be everywhere. We are your eyes. 469 constituencies. We, the distinguished senators, all members of the House of Representatives, are your eyes in our constituencies and every corner of this nation. When our constituents struggle to afford rice, and they cannot, they come to us. When their shoes pinch as a result of wear and tear, and they cannot replace, they come to us. When the economic alarm sounds, they turn to us for succor. Therefore, we are committed to ensuring that we help you at the grassroots level. In fulfillment of one of my constitutional duties, and with unyielding commitment to rebuilding Nigeria towards ensuring that we remain steadfast on the journey to a prosperous future, I hereby present the 2025 budget to the joint section of the 11th National Assembly. 10th? I wrote 11. Which means you are all re-elected. Budgets at a time when our country is at a crucial point in its development trajectory. The 2025 budget proposal again reinforces our administration's roadmap to secure peace, prosperity, and hope for a greater future for our beloved nation. This budget, christened Budget of Restoration, Securing Peace, Building Prosperity, strikes at the very core of our Renew Hope agenda and demonstrates our commitment to stabilizing the economy, improving the lives and repositioning our country for greater performance. The journey of economic renewal and institutional development, which we began 18 months ago, and I emphasize just 18 months ago, as a nation, is very much underway. It is not a journey of our choosing, but one we have to embark on for Nigeria to have a real chance at greatness. And I thank every Nigerian for embarking on this journey of reform and transformation with us. The road of reform is now clearly upon us. And as the president of this blessed nation, I know this less traveled road has not been easy. That there have been difficulties and sacrifices. They will not be in vain, I assure you.
Senate Plenary, January 2025. Senator Godswill Akpabio, Senate President, opened plenary with a call for diligence, transparency, and urgency. Over several sessions, the upper chamber dissected the figures. Debate intensified around key allocations: defense, education, and social welfare, topping the list. Senator Ali Ndume, representing Borno South, Senatorial District, raised concerns over defense spending insisting it must be matched with improved oversight and results in the fight against insecurity, especially in the Northeast geopolitical zone. From the Southeast geopolitical zone, Senator Einaya Abarbi challenged the budget's revenue projections, warning of over-dependence on borrowing and ambitious oil benchmarks. Away from the Senate floor, public hearings became the arena where people's voices echoed. Committees opened their doors to civil society groups, unions, academics, and private sector stakeholders. Nigerians came forward with one message: accountability. The Ministry of Finance, led by Minister Wole Edun, defended the revenue assumptions built around a crude oil benchmark of $77.96 per barrel, daily production of 1.78 million barrels, and an exchange rate of 750 naira to the dollar. But critics questioned the realism of these figures in the face of global market volatility. The Federal Ministry of Works presented its proposal for massive highway construction and urban renewal projects. The Minister, Dave Umahi, detailed plans to fix key economic corridors from Lagos to Kano and Enugu to Maiduguri. Education stakeholders called for increased funding to universities and teacher training, citing the continued brain drain in the sector. The Minister of Education promised reforms, but the 1.2 trillion naira allocated to education sector still fell below the UNESCO's recommended benchmark. In the health sector, the push for a stronger primary health care system stood out. Non-governmental organizations and healthcare professionals advocated for better funding for rural clinics and immunization programs. The Senate Health Committee pledged to reflect these concerns in the final adjustments. Senate Appropriation Committee deliberations March 2025 in backroom negotiations and late-night sittings. The Senate Appropriation Committee, chaired by Senator Adeola Olamilekon, worked overtime. Ministries, departments, and agencies were summoned repeatedly, some with revised submissions, others with justifications for contentious allocations. The Nigerian Customs Service defended its target of more than 6 trillion naira in revenue generation. The central bank, now under a new leadership, was grilled over fiscal policies and support for key economic sectors. Senate committees trimmed fat, allocations were shifted, some proposals were thrown out entirely. By the end of March, the Senate passed the 2025 appropriation bill, still tagged a budget of renewed hope, but now reshaped by weeks of scrutiny, questions, and public feedback. Total spending stood at 28.7 trillion naira, an increase from the initial proposal with additional allocations made to security, health, education, and disaster responses. The final estimate, after the concurrence of the House of Representatives, was sent to the President for assent. But beyond the figures and speeches, the real story lies in the execution. Will contractors deliver on roads promised? Will students feel the impact in classrooms? Will patients get care in rural health centers? For Nigerians watching the Senate and indeed the National Assembly from afar, the real story lies not in appropriations, but in accountability. Inside the 2025 budget is not just a story of numbers, it is a story of priorities, of power, of people. From the chambers of the Senate to the corners of Nigeria's communities, the story of the budget continues. What the Senate and the House of Representatives began, the nation must now monitor. Because democracy doesn't end with the passage of budgets, it starts with how that budget is spent. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. Until the next Special Focus, stay blessed. I am Muhammad Kudu Abubakar.